What's up, guys? I'm EJ. I'm joined by Kendall and Shamari. We're talking Wonder Woman here. We had the Wonder Woman DC Fandome panel for Wonder Woman 1984. Really cool panel. You got to see Kristen Wiig's Cheetah, obviously Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. Patty Jenkins was there. Chris Pine, Pedro Pascal, who of course is playing Maxwell Lord. So it was a really good panel. You know, you got to get fan questions. You got some, kind of like targeted questions from the host of the panel. And then at the end, we got to see the trailer, which I think was the big thing we were looking to see. Initial reaction, I go to Kendall first. What did you think of this panel?
Well, to me, I think obviously the big thing to talk about with this panel is the trailer, which I thought the second trailer was really good. I thought it was better than the others that we had seen prior. I think obviously. I think these trailers kind of worked in terms of like this trailer. You couldn't have only had this trailer alone because I think people would kind of be wondering what's this movie about. But because we had the first two trailers to kind of set us up, seeing this trailer is kind of really works as like a final trailer where you kind of know what the movie's about, but now you got a little bit more into some of the Easter eggs of it, a little bit more into the Steve Trevor aspect of it. And obviously we got to see what Cheetah looks like, which obviously on our podcast, the Hero Talk we talked about, that seemed to be the big thing that we were expecting.
That was a big thing.
Is, will we see Cheetah? What will she look like? I remember when we talked about it all way back when, I think I said I didn't think that she'd be, anthropomorphic character. I didn't think this would be a cat situation. I thought it'd be more of a kind of a Kraven the Hunter kind of vibe. But they went full on Sonic the Hedgehog, full on, anthropomorphic character, and Tails, Miles, Tails, Prowler the Fox, like. So I don't know. I mean, it's definitely interesting, but look, when I saw it, I was losing my mind. That trailer, the way they show the two fighting, you flash back to like all the different cartoons and comics of Cheetah and Wonder Woman going at it, and who used to think that we would get that in live action form? And it not look like the goofiest thing you've ever seen. So I mean, I was excited. I thought it was a very good trailer. It was also cool to get the kind of the change, the dichotomy between Steve Trevor and Gal Gadot, Diana. How now he's the fish out of water.
Yeah, now he's the fish out of water.
Her in the first movie, so that was kind of funny.
What did you make of it, Sham?
Oh, I thought it was fantastic. I thought this was a wonderful trailer. And it's funny because a trailer like that, even in COVID times, made me say, I see why Patty Jenkins wants this to be in theaters. I absolutely see why she's advocating for, I want this to be shown in movie theaters, because I would want to see that movie in movie theaters. It looks like a spectacle. I think the effects look great. I think Cheetah looks great. I think Gal Gadot looks great, and it looks like it has just as much, if not more, heart. Heart, passion, action that was in the first one, and they had the talent. They have Pedro Pascal. You've got Kristen Wiig. So, yeah, I'm completely on board. The action looks fantastic. I'm still very impressed with how Cheetah was looking, because of course, as Kendall said, that was the big question: was how is Cheetah gonna look? Is she just gonna be a person wearing a cat costume? Is she gonna be, a Steppenwolf's kind of CGI, mess? Yeah. I think she actually looks really good. So yeah, I was fully satisfied.
Yeah, this was a good panel. I really enjoyed it. I thought it kind of set the tone early where they were like, villain of the movie, just Cheetah starring Kristen Wiig. Remember the last event they did? They kind of were like dancing around like Cheetah as a villain per se. They kind of were really kind of more hyping up Maxwell Lord as the villain type, and kind of, she's Diana's friend and they have a friendship, and I like that. I think they kind of know we're in, COVID times now. We're waiting to see this movie. Like,
this movie's supposed to be out now.
The movie's supposed to be out. Like, we know Cheetah's a villain, so they kind of I was kind of glad that Patty immediately just kind of cut to the chase. Like, no, Cheetah, villain, main villain of the movie, and other guy, Maxwell Lord, second villain of the movie. And so I like that they did that. I thought some of the interesting concepts I think you mentioned with Steve Trevor and how he's now the fish out of water. And I even liked how Pine kind of explained what his character was, which is like, I just need to be this guy that like is like completely in love and like idolizes this woman, because that's really what Trevor is. Trevor is this guy who's just a complete stan for Diana. And I think that he does a great job of playing that on camera. I think even in the trailer, a little bit we saw, I think kind of, and then even some of the set pictures we saw, like he just brings that to life in a way that if you're a Wonder Woman fan like myself, wearing the shirt obviously, you gotta enjoy. So let's get to the trailer. The trailer I thought was great. I thought that this trailer had way more action than the last one, which I think is what it needed. I thought this trailer made the stakes feel a little larger, which I think also the last trailer didn't do as much, so I enjoyed that aspect of it. And everything was great. The comedy was hitting, the action was hitting, the intensity. I thought Kristen Wiig, even before she, takes the Cheetah turn, like seeing her talk about I want to be an apex predator, like those words, this is a great line. Like I think that's just a great kind of way, and her kind of explaining, some people like you are given everything, and while people like me, you kind of see how she's dressed and how she looks. Clearly, kind of more of a frumpy kind of person.
EJ,
we're not given anything. Yeah,
there's only one apex predator.
Is the Viper Randy Orton? Shout out to the maker of the RKO, Randy Orton. But no, I think that she hit all the right notes leading up to the Cheetah turn, and I think this was another example of where this trailer wasn't dancing around, Kristen Wiig being Diana's friend. Like I don't think there were any scenes or cuts where it looked like they were more friendly, which the last one there were plenty. So this is just like, oh no, she's a villain.
Yeah, and that is that going to act as a little bit of a spoiler to people? Like people that kind of
I think they got stuck. I think probably the last trailer was supposed to be more of a misdirect, and it's supposed to work within when you see the movie. I think as they got longer and longer in the tooth, they had to show something. They had to show what the movie's about, and I think this movie, I think we're gonna maybe have early on, maybe they're cool, but I think the beef is gonna start, I think, a lot earlier than we expect, and that's a lot of the footage that they have. So they were like, all right, next time we do a panel, we're not dancing around the Me and Friends. It's Cheetah versus Wonder Woman, which is what we want in the end anyway.
Right. The last question I had was, do we think that Cheetah Wonder Woman fight is third act?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. Definitely.
If it's third act, I probably didn't want to see it. It looked great.
Right.
But
yeah, because to me, you see Diana, and you see Diana, and you see Cheetah. They kind of have Minerva. They have like a fight earlier in like a museum or some kind of building.
Mall.
Yeah, and she's not in like full Cheetah form. She's wearing just a regular jacket or whatever. But I guess clearly starting to get the abilities to be the Cheetah character. So yeah, I think that's probably like maybe their first tango, and then maybe the next tango is then that last act. I'll be the Debbie Downer here, and you guys know I love Wonder Woman. I support this movie. I supported the movie so much last time. I thought this was a great trailer. I'll be honest. And it seems to be I'm in the minority. I'm not super impressed with the CGI of Cheetah. I'll say this. That shot, I keep seeing the gif of like Cheetah scaling the wall and then jumping and Diana like flipping over and like just grabbing her like you would grab like a cat and throwing her. That's just like unbelievable.
That was nuts, man. I was watching that like...
Let me be clear. It's crazy that we're getting that. But, and I got to do a big but here. The Cheetah design, I think it's okay. I think I'm not gonna say it's cats, but I've never been one that really loved the long hair designs with Cheetah, and this looked even a little more odd because I think they wanted to kind of really embrace the wild woman kind of look. But I actually think when they've done it in the comics, her hair has looked a lot more put together and it makes more sense. I thought the hair with her looking like a cheetah looked a little weird, and I thought it was okay. I'm happy they went full Cheetah. I think that was what they had to do. And again, I think the action scene that they saw, even if I wasn't in love with the design, I still thought was good. And it appears I'm in the minority, so a lot of people could be like, go to hell. It's fine. I understand, it's fine. Just for me, and maybe I'll see it in the movie and I'll feel a little better about it. Maybe they'll touch it up a little more. But that was supposed to be the OMG moment for me, and I was kind of like, maybe I was in my critical head too much. But I was kind of looking at him like, could have looked a little less computer generated video game like. This is my opinion. My opinion. Take it with me. But so I don't think it was necessarily a completely destroyed the trail, because again, the spirit of what they were trying to do still comes through, which is why I really enjoyed the trailer. But that was the moment we were all waiting for. I know you guys thought they killed the design. I thought it was all right. I'll be honest. But that's gonna do it for this panel discussion, panel analysis, recap of what we saw from DC Fandome's Wonder Woman 1984 panel. We got to see a trailer. Got to see some interesting commentary from the cast and the director. We'll have more stuff on this channel, so make sure you look at the rest of our DC Fandome content. For Kendall, for Shamari, I'm EJ. Take it easy.